Hello and welcome to another episode of Natural Nerds, where a large group of friends that live all over the country get together. Oh, refuse to let that stop us from doing what we do, what we love. Oh my god, it's been a long day. So anyway, off to a great start, guys.
You're doing
Tonight,
great.
thanks. So tonight we are doing session 0 of our next campaign. It is part 2 of our very first campaign that was based in Ravnica. This is going to be the second part, the thing that takes place in 50 years in the future. It starts in Ravnica, and it's going to go to multiple different planes. So, that being said, Doc, before we get started, I believe you had an announcement you would like to make.
I did have an announcement. So, just throwing it out there, guys, so you all know, I've been doing some things in the work. Still need some time to be ready, but I'm in the process of making my very own homebrew campaign for the Twitch. And I am so excited for it. It's actually going to be a demon-based villain campaign. I'm actually did it based off of I've got another book from Sandy Peterson's games because I'm addicted to them. It's Planet Apocalypse. I love it so much. I'm basically taking the book and kind of reverse engineering some things in it. Because it's supposed to be like, mortals versus the demons kind of thing. So I am flipping that. I'm so excited. I've already made there's like 12 demon legions in there, so I've made a race for each legion. I'm in the process of making subclasses for it, items, doing some fiddling with some spells to make them fit more better. I'm excited. Awesome.
Wait. We're gonna be able to play as demons.
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
No. You're not going to be
I get
able
to
to
be
play as
like
demons. You
Drew
have
himself.
to play as demons.
I'm so
I
stoked.
loved doing Doc's Madhouse, so I'm really jazzed.
Yeah.
Because that was my first time playing with you. Well, no, but at high levels,
Okay.
that was
Okay.
so much fun. You did such a good job with that.
Thank you. I was actually super nervous at first because there were just so many of you. Holy shit. I will be saying right now, I don't know, haven't ironed out the details of what day this is going to happen or the exact time frame. I do say that just so I can focus more because I want each individual person to have a very specific part and then, include backstory and whatnot. It's probably going to be a slightly smaller group. My preferred number is like 5 PCs. I can obviously have a little bit of leeway in that, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, not everybody will be available, depending on the day. So it'll probably make it a little easier once we figure that out. But excited. I made all the homebrew races. It was like stupid long. I made it all in 1 hour or like one day in a 5-hour period because I wanted to impress Milo. That was it. That was the whole reason I did it in one day. I was trying to earn his love, and I did it.
You broke him. You broke the DM already, and we
excited.
haven't even started.
It's Milo blushing. Oh my god!
Oh my
I did it for you.
I appreciate it.
That look.
And I meant it too.
Yeah, I'm personally super excited for it. Get a little sneak peek on a couple of races. I'm really excited. It's gonna be fucking dope. I'm really I can't express that enough. I'm excited.
You know,
So
It is.
I have
There's
have to
so
say
much
real
work going
quick-
into it. Holy shit.
I have to say real quick that I really hope you're playing a bard just by the fact that you can make Milo blush just like this anyway. I can only imagine the power you would have as a bard.
is that a challenge?
I actually saved that for the bedroom. Surprisingly.
Was that?
I
Were
can't
you
let all
inviting
my
Milo?
secrets out. I mean, come on. You mean?
Anyway.
Did you mean re-inviting?
Oh my god.
Okay, but enough about me. Carry on.
The shit I have to deal with. All right. So anyway, everybody roll initiative.
What?
Sucks for you. Oh, you don't have a character? You're dead. So anyway,
Charlie.
Damn it.
Oh, I knew there'd be a
Um,
penalty, but I made it on time.
Right?
fair enough. Actually, I do need you guys to all roll several dice for me. First die I'm gonna need is 1d10. And actually, before we do that, please everybody give me your character names. I will go down the line. Miguel.
His name is Flicker. Flickr.
Beautiful. Shannon.
Her name is Kalea. So Calaia.
I dig it. You still need to make a character. I'll come back to you last. I'll give you a little time to think. To you, Mr. Doc.
His name is Grug. Grug.
Beautiful. Alex.
Nayla. Naleea.
Okay.
You totally didn't make that up on the spot for sure.
Charlie.
Kronk. Kronk.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I have such great expectations for you, and if you fail them, I will perform Sudoku.
Honestly, so do I. I'm gonna put so many levers in, and if you don't pull them,
This is improv at
Dead.
its best.
Just dead.
Are you gonna die first in another campaign?
Maybe.
I mean, we got a theme
Oh
going
my
on here,
God.
so
This is MO.
okay. Daisy, I know your character's name, and I know Murray's also.
well, maybe we want to hear Daisy say her name.
So
And
we
then
don't
also
get to know her
Stella.
name?
I would really rather you guys meet that character during the first session.
That's not fair. We all gave you our names.
We also all
Unfair
asked her for help.
I mean, it'll make
I
sense.
didn't.
It will make sense when we start.
But the audience needs to know.
The audience. Think of the
Yeah.
children.
Think of the children.
I'm looking to DM right now.
We can't tell.
Well, I mean, if you're not finding out Murray's, makes sense.
He's got an
That's a
excuse. He's not here
technicality.
yet.
He's not here.
I mean,
That is true.
kind of not even here. She's only like half your voice.
She's not
you know?
here right now. Please leave a message after the beep.
Do you see my
First
face?
off, I feel like she's
I
always
see
only
your
half
hand.
here.
You're here.
all right?
I saw your hand. You're here. You're here.
That's not my face.
That's
Saw
my
the
other
hand.
hand.
I saw it.
Obviously, that's
I
my
saw
other
it.
hand. That's my third hand.
There's your elbow. That's the top of your arm. I see it.
My fifth
How do you,
elbow.
how do you
My
think
fifth
he
elbow. Right?
how do you think he writes these stories for us so quickly?
Oh,
Right.
you're right. You're right. You're right. He must have 3 hands.
He's like Shiva or something.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, that was
I
his
done
third
seen it,
arm.
But it's a little weird. Thanks for pointing out some insecurities, but that's fine.
Disembodied
You're welcome.
arm
I
that's
think
not
it's
even
pretty cool,
attached to
man.
him.
Thank you.
It's
It's
your
his
main
mage
hand.
hand. Oh, Jinx!
Oh, shit, I
All right, so D10 from everybody, please. Flicker.
That would be a 4.
Okay. 4 on the D10. Kalia or Kalaya?
Leia.
Kalea. I'll get it.
That's a 3.
3.
Good start. Yeah.
Mr. Grug.
I got a solid 1.
Oh God.
Really hope this isn't important.
Nala. Nalia. Nala.
Nala. I don't even remember what I had said. 5.
Kronk.
You can do it. We believe
Oh,
in you.
you said Kronk. 4. I'm sorry.
That too.
No, I
Already
heard
forgot
something
his
else.
name.
No, I heard something else. I heard something completely different, and then I was like, "Wait, no, that
We did
sounds
not
like
say
Kronk."
drunk. All right.
No, no.
Um, you, Daisy.
10.
Okay. Now I'm gonna need a
Flexing on us. All right.
I'm gonna need a D8 from everybody. Okay, Flicker.
4.
Okay. Kalea.
Yeah. That is a 5.
Okay. Grug.
So much better
Wow, that-
with a 2.
Ah. Nala.
7.
Kronk.
5.
He was ready this time.
I was. I almost said it too early. I almost said it on Grug's turn over there.
Daisy.
Me?
Yeah.
What?
Who else is Daisy? 1. And a D4, please.
Murray's cat is also Daisy.
That's fair.
A D4.
4.
Yes. Flicker.
1.
Okay.
You're just
Kalea.
you're on a roll.
4.
There you go. Grug.
Apparently, because I believe in ascending order. 3.
Nala.
1.
Kronk.
3.
And Daisy.
3.
Okay. So those are some surprise rolls that are going to help us out later.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
You're all dead.
What is Blue's
You will
Clues?
find out. You will find out in episode 1. So, unfortunately, Murray couldn't be here tonight. He has prior,
Engagements.
yes, which is acceptable. I believe there's family things. So, that being said, let's go over a couple of the mechanics quick. Some key terms you will be hearing is lifelink. Let me know when everybody's good to go for the next one.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is
Menace.
it one word?
Yes, one word. Menace is the next one.
Like Dennis the Menace.
Exactly. Trample.
Trample.
Hey, I recognize all of these terms.
Yeah, I've heard
life-
these as well. Wait a second.
Death touch.
Death.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And vigilance. Actually, there's 2 more. Double strike.
You said devil?
Double, like 2.
Double. Oh.
And first strike.
First?
Yes. So I'll go down the line. Lifelink. If the amount of damage you deal, you regain that much health.
Oh yeah.
I've already made a lot of note errors with not giving myself enough space.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that.
No
You
worries.
fool.
Okay. Trample.
Wait,
You skipped
No, it was
menace.
Menace.
I'm sorry. Jeez.
you're
People?
confusing us
How
all
dare.
over here.
Okay. Menace. Ah, yeah. Whether you hit or miss, the target takes the damage of your modifier. So, for example, when you attack, if you miss, if you have a plus like a 5 dexterity modifier, so your damage is 1d8 plus 5, it's still going to take that 5.
Neat.
Okay.
Cool.
That would be menace. Trample. When you on a hit, it takes additional damage equal to your strength modifier.
Ooh.
Sin-
Hold on.
yeah. Okay. What was next? Because you guys are going to yell at me if I don't get it right.
Death
Death
touch.
touch.
Death
That's
touch.
what I thought. Perfect. So death touch on a hit, it decreases their armor class by your charisma modifier. Okay. Next was vigilance, I believe, right?
Mhm.
I kind of know
It,
things.
it was double strike.
Oh my god.
No,
Was
I'm
it
just
double
joking.
You do that.
Please don't kill me.
Death on session 0.
That's
So,
a new curse, actually.
vigilance is advantage on perception checks. As well as doubled proficiency modifier to your passive perception.
As well as. Okay.
So, like, say, example, usually it's gonna be if you're proficient in perception, you get it anyway. So if you're not proficient in perception, you add your proficiency modifier to your passive perception while you have vigilance. If you are proficient, you add it a second time. So say you have proficiency, you get a 3, right? So your passive perception is 13, right? Doubling it would be the 16, and so on and so forth.
So if you're not proficient in perception,
Yeah,
do
you just add your proficiency
you
modifier
just
to it.
add it once? Okay.
Yep, and if you have your proficiency, it doubles, and that's specifically for passive. And otherwise, you get advantage on perception checks. Next, I believe, was double strike.
Yes.
Perfect. Double strike, essentially like a crit. You double the damage
On any hit.
on a hit. If you miss the first strike, you can reroll.
Is there like
So,
multiple strikes to it? Like you hit twice?
no. So the
Okay,
first
we're
one, if you hit, you double the damage. And if you miss, you can reroll. At least just once though. So like it's a miss, but then you get the second strike.
Word.
You know. Otherwise you're doing double. Okay. And first strike was last, right? I believe. And that should be the last one. Cool.
Yep.
First strike is basically same thing as with the if you miss, you can reroll a die. Attack roll.
I really like these. I like the way that you I like the way that you took certain Magic the Gathering mechanics, like menace and everything like that, and converted it into 5e terms.
Is
Like, I think you
that
did
where you
really good.
recognized it from?
Yeah, I think you did really good on
Oh.
translating these to like 5e rules.
That's pretty cool.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good actually.
Are
Pretty good
these
adaptation.
all passive?
Are these like feats or?
No, these are going to be abilities that come through during
Okay.
either items. Some classes might have the specific features that you can give this to, allies or yourself for things. Magical effects, various things like that.
Cool.
Let me check my internal settings here real quick. I might have an echo. I'm told. Do you guys hear an echo?
I don't hear an echo.
No.
I don't hear an echo.
I hear it every time I talk. Like, I hear myself talking in my ears, but
You
I
don't
heard
have an
you.
echo on my
I
end
heard a
either.
very, very, very slight echo when you said "I hear it," and then it went away.
yeah,
That's because I'm not muting for most of the time. So when you did it,
gotcha. Blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah, no more echo.
perfect.
We figured it out, guys.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Good
make sure it
teamwork.
wasn't. Yep, just wanted to make sure it wasn't a setting in my Discord or anything like that. So does anybody have any questions regarding any of the mechanics so far?
No, they
No,
seem
I
pretty
think
straightforward.
I'm good.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
pretty good for me.
Okay. I don't hear an echo. Cool. Thank you, Ophidian. Appreciate you. So let's go with yes.
Thank you for the banner, Ophidian. We love it, and it's gorgeous, and it's beautiful, and it's perfect.
It is
Pretty neat.
perfect.
Yeah, we're so appreciative of it. Thank you very much. It's literally like everything we had imagined and hoped for.
More.
And more indeed. Yeah. So, as far as settings, all right. So you guys know it will be 50 years in the future.
From what? For the people.
Oh, yeah. Good question. So it's 50 years in the future from our last campaign, which originally took place on Ravnica. And most of it was all of it was a homebrew storyline, except for the first 2 or 3 sessions, I think. I used the Guildmaster's Guide thing just to get things started. But went off from there, and it was a hell of a time. So this is going to be taking place 50 years in the future from that, where all of the characters or the players are now the Guildmasters, and these new characters, or you guys, will be essentially their proteges, their right hand, like they're up and coming, the next Guildmaster type thing. They essentially either took you in from various backgrounds, wherever you were, and created, they're nurturing you to become the next guild masters. um, so that being said, it will originally be on Ravnica. Then we will be moving to your choice of plane. You have Dominaria, Ixalan, Amonkhet, Kaldheim,
What was
and
the last one?
Strixhaven.
Call time?
Yep. KALDHEIM. And Strixhaven. And then a final secret plane, which will help us out later.
Oh, secret.
Yeah. Yes. So Dominaria has 2 different timelines going on at the same time. So for anybody that wants to read the books, it's completely allowable. And anybody at home that knows of the Dominaria timelines, this is going through the invasion cycle as well as the onslaught cycle. So those 2 timelines are going to be rearing heads. Something happened where there was specific things at the end of the last campaign. I'm not sure if that was explained, but it will be in episode 1 at least, where there was kind of a time rift. Because the last place where the last battle took place was on Dominaria in the swamp, in Urborg Swamp. The same place where Doc and Kabesi and Gabo had a one shot, and they met the first Lich there, and
My friends.
closed a yeah.
That's where
Closed a
you
rift.
got Crocodoc.
Yeah, Crocodile.
Yep.
I miss him.
Me too. So, yes, Dominaria will have 2 different timelines going on at once. You guys can read it. If you do want the book sources, I'll send the actual where you can get the books and yada yada. You might be able to get them or be able to read them online. I'm not sure. Beyond that, they're really amazing freaking books, honestly. But neither here nor there. So those 2 timelines take place on different continents, which you guys will find out more about, of course. So Dominaria is more just to give you a little feel for the setting of these areas. Dominaria is more strongly magic based, as well as not necessarily like kind of science as well. One of the main characters or NPCs in that or on Dominaria is you can call him the original artificer. So there's gonna be a lot of things like that, and it's a little bit more magic heavy. Where Ixalan is dinosaurs and pirates. Can't complain about that.
I'm so excited.
That's definitely gonna be a fun one.
How would you spell Ixalan?
Ixalan.
Thank you very
It was
much.
I
so
was
off when I
close.
tried by myself.
I was IXELON.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
I like basically just wrote like the fucking Exelon gas station.
That's yeah. So close.
Dinosaurs, dinosaur fuel. Huh?
Yeah, see,
Dinosaur.
all the pieces were
Fossil
there.
fuel.
They were.
They're
I don't
not
know how I
fossils
missed
yet.
it.
It's where they came from.
Yeah, Ixalan is definitely going to be a fun plane. There's going to be
Instead of dinosaurs and pirates.
that's going to be a super exploration heavy plane. There's going to be a lot of really interesting
I say
things
we
going
go
on there.
first, guys.
Look at Flicker up there.
Yeah. Actually, if you don't mind, if you want Flicker, you can tell them a little bit about your history if you want, or you can wait for episode 1. That's totally up to you. I just figure since we're
I'll wait. I'll wait.
okay, I respect
Not
that.
every character is created yet, so.
I respect that. Okay. Yeah. So good things in store there. Definitely. I'm really excited for that one. A lot of pirates. So that would be Ixalan. So Amonkhet, spelled Amonkhet.
I
How
didn't
close was
spell
I?
that right any of the times that
No,
I
you didn't.
heard.
Oh, I
No.
did AMON cat.
Simple.
I did A
That's what
O.
I spelled.
I think I did AMAK cat or NK cat. Yeah,
Can we just
that's how
have
I
like?
kept
Can we just
spelling
have
it.
like? Can we just have like regular names for once in our lives? Jeez, I'm feeling
Philadelphia.
stupid.
what?
Next
We
is
Like-
don't
Philadelphia.
spell them wrong. Are you kidding? Without spell check?
Like
You're
I'm
playing
trying
a
to put them in
game.
my phone, and my phone's like, "Are you having a seizure? What are you doing right now?"
You want regular names like Worcestershire?
Yeah.
Worcestershire.
All right, you can go eat shit for saying that. All right, that's not even a real word. I don't even care what anybody says.
It was the best of Shire. It was the worst Shire. So,
It was made by Big Worcestershire to sell smaller Worcestershire. All right. Bullshit.
so a monkette is a vast desert plain, Egyptian style. There are a lot of cats and a lot of dragons and a hell of a lot of mummies.
Sounds like loot.
I mean, maybe.
If you do you want to curse?
Or
That's how you get a curse.
Oh,
if
oh
they-
no, I
I
was
was about to
talking
like,
about
or
the dragon.
Moira, I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
base the dragon day one.
Uh-huh.
So
Nothing can go wrong with that. Nothing.
not even a little bit.
Not
So,
once I never.
that's also going to be pretty explorative, because again, that is a vast desert. So it is the Sand Sea. Good luck out there in the heat, guys.
Hey guys, I say we
being
go to Ixalan first.
I don't disagree. That being said, there are also quite a few gods on that plane, which that'll be fun. Some or all might be good. Some or all might be bad, or they could be
I'm
neutral.
staying far away from that plane.
It sounds like
Last time a PCI
getting
love
eaten by a
Metagod did not
dragon.
end well.
This is what I'm imagining. I'm imagining us walking through the desert, getting cooked up nice by the sun, and then a dragon coming through and being like, "Whoop, dinner."
I mean,
And
yeah.
then you somehow manage to escape the dragon, and all of a sudden, boo! Strike by the gods.
No,
Right.
knowing us, we would just make friends with the dragon because somebody would get lucky, and it would be an entire
Yeah, it didn't work
session
last
of
time.
us just
That didn't
befriending
work
this
last time.
dragon.
Nope,
Not working
it's
out.
not. It's not Icewind Dale.
One person talked nice, and then the other people were like, me.
What happened is we're gonna fight this dragon. We're gonna end up escaping its and we're like, yeah, we finally did it.
Listen, guys. Listen,
Oh
guys.
no!
I say we
All
just go to the
damage.
pirate plane. Like pirates are not as strong as dragons. We can
Dragons.
commandeer a ship. It'll be all right. We can
Sure.
meet Blackbeard. We could probably meet Gum Gum Luffy. You know, like Straw Hat Luffy. Yeah,
Yep.
be a
That's
great.
exactly
I
right.
don't.
Dude,
It's One
I
Piece
don't
D&D.
think you really understand. I don't think you understand what you're asking for right now.
I don't think you understand what
I feel
Jurassic
like-
Park is.
First off, saying that pirates.
You know what?
First off,
Jurassic
saying
Park
pirates
plus
that
pirates.
aren't very strong. I resent that. Okay,
Right?
I resent that.
Okay. So I think
Listen,
first we
pirates
should
are
go to
actually
I'll have
very
you
strong.
know.
I'm a very avid fan of One Piece, and I know how strong pirates get.
Fair. What was that, Alex?
First we should go to Ixalan and pirate the pirate ship. And then we should go over to Dominaria and then create like the sky pirate ships that they had in Treasure Planet, and then just explore outer space.
We were just talking. We were just talking about making a Treasure Planet themed mini campaign.
I've been
So
working on one for a while.
That'd be awesome.
yeah, that would
It
definitely be a lot of
started
fun.
with just like pirates. Like, how fun would it be to have like a full pirate mini campaign where everybody's just pirates and you run the ship and everything? And then we threw into the equation, what about sky pirates? Let's just make it like, we have water pirates, sky pirates, and it'll be kind of like, yeah, Treasure Planet.
Next is lava pirates. Just throwing
Oh
it out there.
God!
Just
Oh
throwing it out
God.
there.
That one kind of scares me because, like, how do you get anything to float in lava
Yeah, right?
Obviously,
melting?
make it out of
Adamantium, maybe?
more lava. No.
Oh, you make
We're
the
gonna be
boat out
made
of
of-
lava.
We're
Yeah.
going to be made of
It's a
lava
lava
on a
boat
lava
with lava
boat, sailing
pirates.
the lava.
That is
Yes.
still
There you go.
terrifying.
Perfection.
It's a boat full of lava monsters, is what it is.
There you go. So actually, since you
The
brought up
twists.
skyships, on Dominaria there will be skyships. There are sky battles, like actual air combat. You guys will be able to pilot either solo ships, or there are larger Corsair style airships. There will also be massive scaled wars going on. We're going to be having some fun with a couple mechanics, raid mechanics throughout all of the planes in the campaign. But if anybody's ever played WoW or any MMO really, it's going to have similar playstyle to raids like that.
Okay.
Yeah, should be a good time. Translated over to 5e. That was really difficult to do, but it should be a good time.
When we die, do we also get to respawn and try again?
No.
Oh.
Good question.
The one mechanic I
Had
wanted
me
to
there.
carry over.
But
Yeah,
what if we
yeah.
said please?
Oh, well, when you put it that way.
It was all but a dream.
Yeah, you'll actually
Far
be
back
able
from
to.
level
Word
1.
magazine.
You'll be at certain points you'll be able to build an army and like full on go into war, have commanders and things like that on Dominaria. So that it's also going to be like a tactical strategy to it at certain points. But yeah, so that'll be a Monkhead, Dominaria, Ixalan, Kaldheim is Viking era.
Yes.
Can you please just spell it? Spell them all, please.
Okay,
I
Kaldheim.
really like that set.
That actually became one of my favorite sets. For a long time, it was I love all of them. Monkhead was great. Kaldheim has become my favorite set so far, and honestly, the new for Adventures of the Forgotten Realms is fucking amazing. Anyway, so but
How do you spell it?
Kaldheim, I'm getting there. You got me on a tangent. Kaldheim.
I finally spelled one right.
Is
That one
that
I spelled right because you spelled it earlier.
So
Fair.
And I
the
listened.
call time, if I recall, it had a lot of like full art, right? Where it was the full art cards.
Well, I got special cards for it because I'm aggressive. But yeah, a lot of them have full arts. They have
We got a lot
some
of alt
special
art
borders.
for it.
Actually, you know what? Just
Go
because.
get those.
Yes.
He's doing a thing. He's doing a thing.
Yo, it looks like you're
These
wearing
cards are
a
gorgeous.
headlamp.
I am basically. It's the Pixar headlamp right here. That's what it is.
Oh no, I was talking to Flicker.
Yeah.
When he
Also
moves
true.
back, it's like perfectly
Yeah.
centered.
Oh yeah, it is actually. Yeah.
I looked
Pulling
over and
out
I
the
was just like, wait,
collection.
why is he
Ooh,
wearing
that
a
one, that one.
headlamp?
Ooh, and the one next to they're all so freaking pretty.
Come on, share with the class.
Oh, you're muted.
Muted. So this is a foil. It's one of the lands.
Oh.
You
Oh,
can see
that's
it.
nice. That's real nice.
Yeah.
It's a
And
pretty
then
place.
it is. And then hold on. Don't you
Certainly
worry.
filled with no danger.
Not at all.
No, Vikings
Of course not.
dangerous? No, never.
This is just
Vikings
a
are
full art
definitely
thing.
friendly. Don't revolve
Uh,
their entire religion based
from
on
an
war.
from their art series.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Holy
Man,
shit.
There's
Just
some
full art.
gorgeous cards in there.
And then here's a fun little preview. This is one of my favorites, like the border and everything, like just that Celtic runic ship and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. So that's the kind of stuff. So that's Kaldheim. or call time. Essentially. Oh, well, I mean, I have to because so this is that same last card, just the full art version of it.
Ooh.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Purdy.
Yeah.
Is that
So
like a tree
I am a
monster?
fan.
I actually can't give you any information on this.
Oh,
I want one.
it's a tree
We're,
monster,
we're gonna be
guys.
best
I don't like
friends.
the look of that. I don't like the
Usually
sounds
those
of
are
that
called
We're gonna
at
treants.
all.
We're gonna have to fight Viking tree monsters.
It's not a tree. I'll tell you that much.
Viking.
It's
Liquor doesn't
Sudowoodo.
like
It's
the sound
made
of
of
that at
rock.
all.
It's a pseudo.
It was pseudo the whole time. I mean, obviously.
You fool.
Never
never
forget the
understood
first
that.
time I came across one.
Never understood the pseudo like having all the rock moves, yet it's a tree.
No,
Yeah.
it's a rock that's disguising itself as a tree. That's the whole thing about it.
Oh,
Yeah. That bitch.
I thought I knew about Pokemon.
You
You
fool.
fool.
Ah,
Shame on me.
shame indeed.
This is why we do showdown together, actually. So.
Do you not read your Pokedex?
No, I don't read the Pokédex.
And that's why you
What?
didn't know.
I don't have the
I'm-
attention span to read the Pokédex. I don't have the attention span to read many things.
I'm actually very sad at this
I'm
moment.
sorry.
It's fine.
I
This is gonna greatly
understand.
I
affect
mean,
our
if it's any
relationship.
consolation, I usually don't. I also don't read dialogue in video games half the time.
I'm with you on that one.
Depends on the dialogue for me.
It
I
does.
skip right
If it's
through it.
important, like you can tell if it's important dialogue.
Yeah.
And if it's not important, I just like. All right,
Yeah.
word, cool. You're done talking. I'm gonna
Hey.
go do
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Are you done talking yet? ESO has way too much dialogue. Like it is aggressive.
Dialogues in MMOs piss me off because I can just
Yeah.
skip through it all and then you still give me the quest there and I know what I'm gonna do. So like I don't
Yeah.
need to talk to you. Just hand me a piece of paper or something, please. The
Yeah.
conversation doesn't
We
have
were
to
trying
happen.
to stream
Yeah,
ESO.
unless it's like
We were trying to stream ESO, and it was just running
Yeah.
and running and running and
Oh my
running and
God.
running and running.
Back and
yeah, it
forth,
was
back
so
and
bad.
forth, and back and forth,
It
and
was
back and
so
forth.
bad.
Sounds
Go
like
talk to this
streaming
person. Go
Rust,
talk to this
literally
person.
just
Go talk to
running
this
around.
person.
Yeah.
Charlie, I
Like-
just watched your dog so expertly move that blanket and get under it.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I was watching the same
Is
exact
that
thing.
where
I was
she
like,
went?
what?
She went under the blanket.
Yeah, like she maneuvered
It was a whole
perfectly.
process.
It was a
I
process.
know,
You're gonna
yeah.
have to rewatch this.
I leave the blanket on the couch now because like if I leave my house and it's on my bed, she drags it through the floor to the couch and then uses it on the couch. And I'm just like, what? Why? Why?
I'll make a clip of that.
Someone clip that. Someone clip it.
uh. So yeah. So yeah, Viking. Frozen, essentially like a tundra, a lot of snow and very cold. So expect things similar to Icewind Dale because of that. Not exact, obviously, but you know, a lot of tundras, frozen forests, a lot of snow and mountains. So that'll be that. Strixhaven.
Oh yeah.
Is a lot of colleges. There are 5 colleges. It is like a plane of students of magic, which is interesting but weird to me. But so you kind of think of actually it was put like this in another chat I'm in, where it's kind of like going to Hogwarts, essentially.
Or
so
like
yeah,
College of Winterhold.
yeah, College of Winterhold is also another one. So you have your 5 different colleges, which are similar to the Ravnica guilds, but there's less of them, obviously. Um, that one is a newer set. Let me double check something on the names of the colleges, actually, just so I can get you guys accurate info on that.
What's cool is that I'm learning Magic the Gathering while getting ready for D&D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
I think this was all just a trick to get me to learn Magic the Gathering quicker.
I mean, you guys
Yep.
are not wrong.
Made a
He's
whole full length
grooming us to
campaign just
learn
to make us
Magic the
learn.
Gathering. Yeah, he's grooming us so he can stomp on us
Yeah.
when we play.
Oh my god.
Listen,
He's like,
Literally
he thought,
if I
he's
had
like,
a
you thought
bunch
you
of
spent a lot of
money,
money on D&D.
yeah, like if I had a
That's a
bunch of
lot of
money to
money.
throw at Magic cards, I would have a bunch of Magic decks. But I have refrained from buying more Magic cards because I was like, well, I have several very expensive hobbies, and I probably shouldn't have another one.
Yeah. We got a
Though it
few.
is very tempting because I love playing Magic.
I found this
We
one
got
by the
quite a few
dumpster at
of
work.
the really big like booster boxes, and it was
So-
$400 in one go, and then
Yeah.
another 200 the next
Oh
day.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
It's,
and see, the thing
demonic
is it's like
Blitz.
I got
That's
into
incredible.
it. Like if I got into it, I would happily throw down $600 on cards, and then I'd turn around tomorrow. I'd be like, "Oh
That's in Kaldheim.
shit, that
Yeah.
was my rent."
Cool.
Payday comes. You know what? I could use another booster box.
Exactly.
I
I
did
didn't get the
not
card
do
that I
that exact
wanted.
thing at all. Not entering a tournament on Monday at all.
$800 later.
How how much can you win at the tournament?
I'm not sure. This is my first time playing at this local game store. 'Cause
Oh,
it's the
okay.
first time we've moved down here, so everyone's kind of different. Some will just give you packs
Yeah.
for winning. Other tournaments, you'll get like a few $100.
I thought
So-
you were like say a big tournament. It's like a local tournament, which is still really cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Local, you can still make a few $100 depending on the place.
Ah.
This is the so it officially released. Adventures in the Forgotten Realms officially releases, I think, tomorrow on paper.
That's the D&D one, right?
Yeah, so I've been playing that on Arena. I've been streaming that
On
because
our
it
YouTube.
came out a week ago for online. So now that paper's out, I'm going to the game store on Monday to compete in like the new set with the sealed and everything. So that should
Yeah.
be good.
A lot of my
Should be fun.
coworkers have been talking about that set. They were like really excited about it. All my coworkers play D&D and find Magic the Gathering. It's really funny.
It's really that's awesome. It's also really weird because like a lot of D&D players don't play Magic, and a lot of Magic players don't play D&D.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to me. Like I don't get it. It's absolutely amazing. But I was super hyped for this set when I heard about it, and then now that I'm playing it, I love how they translated D&D mechanics over to Magic. I don't agree with some things, but I
Except for
freaking
The
power word
displacer piece.
kill.
yeah
Power word kill,
oh
yeah.
my god, why? It's so frustrating. It's a 2-mana spell in Magic, and it
I was
kills
watching the
non-angel.
stream.
Yeah, like what the fuck, man? It kills non-angels, non-demons, non-devil, and one other non-dragon. It's so specific for 2 mana. It's a great removal. As a card, it's fine, but for power word kill, it should fucking kill something
Yeah.
immediately to get by indestructible. Like, yeah, doesn't make sense.
For
Wait,
viewers
sorry,
at
it's
home,
called Power Word Kill, and it doesn't
Yeah.
just kill something.
Yeah, it does, but it's super cheap and specific. So like as a
Oh.
card, it's fine, but because Power Word Kill is a 9th level spell for D&D, translated over to Magic for something, it.
It should have just been like this: kill something immediately right now. Anything you want. Here you go.
Exactly for like maybe 6 or 7 mana. Like it should be a high cost,
Oh yeah.
like card for something, but like
Yeah, because it's a high
worth
level spell
that.
slot.
Exactly. So it's like um,
So,
like,
real quick, for viewers at home, if you would like to see his live streaming of Magic the Gathering Arena, which is an online version of playing Magic, you can find the link to our YouTube in our chat. Yep, and that's where he live streams it quite often, quite a few times a week at least.
yeah, it's definitely a good time and
Yeah, there's not a definite schedule for it, but he gets on quite a bit, and you can see all of his past videos.
and I'll be probably jumping on tomorrow for it. Wait, no, we have a stream tomorrow, so probably Friday. Well, if I can get one round in tomorrow, I will.
Yeah, he usually
up
does a
with me.
little earlier in the day than the rest of our streams.
Yeah, and it's usually most of them last an hour and a half, so or like something like that. So it's not like anything crazy. But that being said, the colleges for Strixhaven. First one is Silver Quill.
Silver Quill.
Which is black, white aligned. Prismari is red-blue aligned.
Can
That's
you-
spelled
Oh.
PRISMARI.
Oh my god, I spelled one right.
That was
I'm so
red
proud
and
of you
blue.
guys.
Ew,
What
I
was
got
the
it right
alignment
too.
again?
Blue-red.
And I noticed this in the last campaign. This colored alignment that's Magic the Gathering things.
Yep. And
Okay.
Mhm.
Witherbloom, WITHER, Bloom, is black green.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, those are my colors, baby. Go Gary. Oh yeah, I'm so proud of you. So it's Witherbloom. Lorehold, LOREHOLD, is red white. And Quandrix, QUANDRIX, is green blue.
I
So
got
when
it
we get
written down, Shannon.
Oh.
Sorry, Shannon had to walk away for a minute. Shannon, I wrote down the colleges for you for later.
it's all good.
Thank you very much.
So when we actually get to Strixhaven, I'll give you like there will obviously be some explanations about the colleges and everything like that. That should be all of the planes, I believe, right?
Oh,
Yep.
I think that was
Cool.
the secret plan.
Yeah, let's see.
He's
Give
not
us
going to
Ah,
tell us
nice
that.
try.
It has the word
Nice
secret
try.
in it.
Nice try.
Almost had me.
Nice try.
It was a good try. It was a good try.
It was. I'll give you
that.
I'll give you that.
There was what do you call it? I believe it was called the secret
Secret plan.
planan.
The secret plan. Yeah, the secret plan. Yeah.
Still can't spell shit right.
What I will tell you about that plane is
It sucks.
it does. It does. Um,
Big bad evil guy? I'm presuming.
a lot of them. But yeah,
Oh,
that's
God.
it's the main hub and base for the invasions. I'll say that. So
I have a guess. Can I take a guess?
you may
Phyrexia.
close, but no.
It's not Phyrexians like it was last time.
Oh, there's
I
Phyrexians.
have a guess.
Oh, there's
Can I
plenty
take
of
a guess?
Phyrexians.
America.
Yes.
The good one.
America.
How did you know?
Wow. We go there, we get taxed.
You're going to the Ixalan
Thanks
plane
to
with
taxes. I'm from
dinosaurs.
Taxed
California.
for being an adventurer.
Oh.
Uh,
You need to pay the adventurer tax. Take off your clothes.
Right?
You get taxed to buy a
What do you-
bottle of water. I mean, it's water. Come on now.
How much
Yeah.
is the adventurer tax?
found
How much you got?
you found magical items? Oh, that's ours.
yeah, so it's the main hub. There are Phyrexians in the campaign. A hell of a lot of them.
Oh jeez.
There's Phyrexian lords. There's Phyrexian generals. There's Phyrexian praetors. Or praetor. I gotta figure out how to say that. I think it's praetor.
Miguel, as my husband, I
See-
expect you to explain this to me.
So currently, I don't know what
Your
a Phyrexian
character
is.
doesn't
They
know it.
sound kind of scary.
My character
Can
doesn't
we
know
give
it.
can we give a little recap from our last campaign?
Sure.
Okay, so Phyrexians came into the last Ravnica campaign that we just finished recently, a few weeks ago. The Phyrexians were like this. They were like these biomechanical creatures that could corrupt you. So there was mechanics in the last campaign where you could get stacks of corruption. It's kind of similar to madness in quite a few ways, but it doesn't really like sometimes it drives you mad, yeah, and it made a lot of the other guild masters go freaking crazy and just start killing everything. And then when you die, if you have those stacks of corruption, you come back as this super powerful Phyrexian usually. It is like, like I said, biomechanical, so it's not totally mechanical, but they do have like this oil blood to them, which we learned they're weak to fire, but I don't know if our characters would actually know that. So, but we did learn that in the last campaign. And
That's
yeah, the
spooky.
Phyrexians were scary. They did do a raid on us when we were in Karama's town, Llewellyn's Rest. They teamed up with the Golgari guild leader, and they tried to do this big raid on Doc's coming out party when he became a lich. And
What a jerk! It
yeah,
was my day.
it was so cool though, because it was like kind of like raid mechanics or like army fighting, where we also had different little things, kind of like you saw in the final battle where we had these guild members that could do certain things. With this, we had tacticians, which could what did they do? They gave advantage to other. Are you pulling it up?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Okay.
Hey, Charlie, are you getting nervous at all? We
It
didn't
was
play
Oh
so
no,
Ravnica.
cool.
I think my character is going to be able to kill one of these Phyrexians with his left pinky finger.
We eventually got to that point, and
No, I
then we
don't.
got to the guild leaders, and we ate our words. Like Doc
Is
died
your name
to Rakdos, who was corrupted.
Yeah.
There was a lot of them, and there was a lot like the Phyrexians corrupted a lot of different kinds of creatures. So they still had like their base powers from like their actual race plus Phyrexian powers, which got fucking terrifying.
Yeah, sadly, I
Your
never
name
got
is
to hear Doc play because when I got to finally listen, it was at the end.
Oh, he
Yeah.
was Charlie. He wasn't Doc.
I know
but
he
was
wasn't gone,
Charlie.
but he wasn't Doc. I heard Doc when he did the Doc's Madhouse.
Yeah.
Um,
Tis a shame.
yeah. So the just for those of you that don't know, Phyrexian is spelled Phre. Wait,
PH.
I'm sorry, Phyrex.
I knew there was a Y
Yeah,
in
I'm like,
there.
wait a second. Yeah, PhyrexiaN.
S for
Yeah, for multiple.
the plural.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then there's the plane of Phyrexia, but you guys won't be dealing with that.
Oh, thank
Um,
God.
I had the end of that right, except I didn't do the PHY. I did an FO. So
Yeah, fair enough.
close.
You know what?
Um,
I have faith in you though, Crunk. You can totally do it.
Oh yeah. I just need a lever.
Frickin' lever, yeah.
Your name is Crunk. There's no way you
We're-
can't do it.
listen,
Just pull the lever, it'll be fine.
We're gonna be fighting Phyrexians. Someone has to yell, pull the lever, Kronk, and I'm just gonna like pull a random lever and one of them is going to fall.
If we get homebrew items and your homebrew
that be his
item doesn't
homebrew?
have something with a lever on it, I'm going to be really upset. Just putting it
We'll
out
Just
there.
homebrew a
My-
lever.
My homebrew is going to be a magical lever that I can put into the ground and open a hole that just sends someone down to a pit of doom.
we could.
I like it.
We'll talk.
No,
We'll
I
talk.
love it.
We'll talk. Yeah, me too.
Use it once per long rest.
And if he doesn't feed us like spinach puffs, I don't know if he'll stay alive.
Squeaker McSqueakerson.
We'll talk. It's close.
Wait, we had a
Don't hate it.
Are you getting a pet chipmunk? Because you need to get a pet chipmunk.
Well, I definitely have to get speak with animals. Like,
Yes, you do.
Fair.
Of course.
Oh my god. I regret everything.
This is what happens when you make him come up with a character name on the spot.
Fool.
I guess it had to happen eventually, right? Somebody had to be Crunk eventually.
I'm glad to be the one.
All right. Here, we'll take a quick 5-minute break. I'm just gonna refill coffee, and everybody's got to do bathroom stuff. We don't have too much left as far as like mechanics and things like that. But I do want to open the floor for like full questions for you guys. Questions from whoever's watching. Anything like that, and yada yada. So, yeah, we'll take a quick 5, and we'll see you in a few.
Hey, Doc, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Tell your girlfriend she's pretty.
I can
I
absolutely do that.
waved at her, but I don't know if she saw me on the camera. That was my random wave.
I think she actually did wave back. I don't know if you saw that, actually.
Yeah.
All right, quick 5. See you guys.
Okay, and you are good to go.
Okay. Just so everybody knows, if you have like questions, people that are at home watching the stream and everything, we are in the Ask Us Live Discord. So if you do want to hop in for a second just to ask a question there, like live and everything. Yeah. And the link is in the chat.
Yes. Please feel free. So that being said, mana colors are going to be extremely important in this campaign. Okay. There are 5 colors. There's black, green, white, red, and blue.
DM, can you spell blue, please?
How do you spell
Yeah,
black?
it's
Also white.
okay.
Is it just
G-O.
WITE?
Well, it's close. It's actually GOFUCKYOURSELPH. Okay.
Wait,
I
so it was black,
almost
white,
had it
green,
right.
red, blue, right?
Black, white, green, red, blue. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
In that
No
exact
purple.
order.
No purple.
Are
I
they
wish
in
there was
order
purple.
of power?
No. Each one does govern its own thing. So actually, I'll pull it up and tell you exactly what they govern. Let's see, mana, colors, MTG, governing. Yes.
If we are characters that are using magic, do we also have mana colors?
Everybody is going to be aligned to a mana color.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, it's super important. So, that being said, you can either choose a single color to be aligned with, or one of the guilds from Ravnica. So you can be Golgari, Azorius, and they have 2 colors. So, for example, Rakdos was black red. Yes, Daisy.
What about colleges? Are people allowed to choose the different colleges in Strixhaven as their background?
For sure. If you want to be from Strixhaven, you can choose a specific college. I'm just giving it's just an example. You don't have to choose a guild. You can choose a college. Most of the colors align both ways, though. So, like for example, Witherbloom and Golgari are both black green. Izet and Prismari are both blue red. So either way, you can kind of choose how you want to do it. If you want to have a background with the guild or through the college, that's totally fine. We can discuss that. Otherwise, you can just kind of choose the color combination out of those. I'll send a list of the different color combinations, and you guys can pick from that. So let me see if the color wheel tells me here. Okay, perfect. So white governs peace, law, structured, selflessness, and equality. Okay.
So
Um,
paladin?
essentially paladin. Yeah, actually, the paladin class MTG card is white, and so is cleric.
Peace,
Um,
peace, law,
What
structure,
was
and
after selflessness?
equality.
so it's peace, law, structure, selflessness, and equality.
Yes.
Thank you.
Essentially, they govern life. They're more of a life force. Life giving, order, morality. Um, you know, um, peace, healing, things
Lawful
like
good.
that. Essentially, yeah. If that's essentially yes, there are
Obviously, not
evil
everyone that have
white,
like
but yeah,
powers. Yeah.
yeah, but that's like the best. Yeah, that's a good way to put that. Yeah, for sure.
Like clerics and paladins and stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
Like your
Um,
stereotypical ones.
yeah, yeah. Blue governs knowledge, deceit, caution, deliberation, and perfection.
Knowledge, deceit.
Knowledge, deceit, caution, deliberation, so being deliberate, and perfection. They're more logical and technological. You know, obviously intelligent. A lot of what they do is counter. A big thing for blue is counterspell. That is a huge thing. It's like no.
That sounds like Doc.
Yeah. Fucking I
Yeah.
I do not like playing blue decks or playing against them. I can't stand them. They're good, but they just annoy the shit out of me.
Note to self: buy blue magic cards.
I will fucking kill you.
I had like 3 blue decks, and I would just make people would just rage quit. They would
Yeah,
just get up and walk away. It
they
was
get
funny.
so annoying.
Anytime I
was
made
so
a
funny.
magic deck, it was always just like me building around just having units spawn in, just like swarms and swarms of monsters. Just like, oh, I placed a monster, now I get 2 1/1 creatures. Oh, I placed another one, now I get 2 more 1/1 creatures.
Yeah, that's I have a Golgari elf deck right now. That's been fucking killing it. They've
The
been doing amazing.
Rangers in the Forgotten Realms set, they summon other monsters, right? Like because they have their companions, right?
Yes, some of the rangers do. Yeah. There's one ranger that when you finish venturing into a dungeon, so after you complete a dungeon, you summon a 3/3 wolf, I believe. Drist, when you play him, he summons Guinevere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some good ones. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I love green. Anyway, so that's blue. Yeah, they're all about counterspell and mind things. So more like learning, memories or
Command.
command. Yeah, those kinds of spells, things like that. Willpower over.
Mhm.
Black governs power, self-interest, death, sacrifice, and uninhibited. Okay. They're more about amorality and parasitism. Parasitism. Tomato, tomato.
Parasiticism? I don't know.
Something like that.
Parasiticism?
Let's go with all of them. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're saying words. Yeah.
We are.
See,
That's what
all of the above.
Those are definitely things that exist.
Yeah. So yeah,
Pheromone. That's another P word.
uh-huh.
Very good, Daisy. You get a gold star.
I can think of a P word, but I'm not going to say it on camera.
Poopy.
Is it
Oh,
potato?
shit.
Other
I
side.
have to poop.
It's potato.
Oh, no, it's
potato.
polymorph.
I hate you
It's
people.
definitely polymorph.
might be
Obviously.
Oh.
It's
No, it's a
Pendragon.
potato.
Polymorph into a potato.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Not a bad idea, actually.
We polymorph Pendragon into a potato.
And then he gets cursed.
As always.
No, that is the
Uh,
curse.
Yeah.
He's
that's-
now a
that's
were
the thing.
potato.
Were
Were
potato.
the curse is that the polymorph.
Pendragon, the were
He
potato.
basically
He's
just
just forever a potato.
he basically just looks like Mr. Potato Head.
He suddenly gets a vulnerability to, boiling oils.
You only make me stronger.
Now I am delicious.
Pen,
Are you implying regular potatoes aren't delicious?
I don't know if you've ever
No,
been
I'm
hit with
implying
a
raw
potato.
potatoes are not delicious.
Yeah, have you ever
Yes, they
bitten into
are.
a potato
Yeah.
without cooking it?
Eat 'em.
It's very
Yeah.
starchy.
You're very
Oh.
starchy. Judgy.
Oh
So
He is
no,
deciding
Leave
Milo,
those
you eat
potatoes
raw
alone.
potatoes?
It's dry.
Pen-
It's really dry.
Not gonna lie
Hey,
though,
welcome,
if
Tam.
you've ever been hitten by a raw, like beaten with a raw potato, it does hurt pretty bad. Pendragon, prepare to be yeeted.
Interesting.
The ultimate weapon.
Have you been beaten by a raw potato? Is there something
No,
you
I
tell
had a
us?
potato. No, I
I
had a
just-
potato thrown at me like a long time ago, and it clocked me like right upside the head, and it actually hurt pretty solid for a while.
My mom
man,
thought
that's
it would be
pretty
a
solid
really
up
good
there.
idea to get a potato shooter.
That's a
It was-
great idea.
Oh my
What?
god.
That's amazing.
It's
Miguel,
That's
it's
it.
no,
not
you
very
can't have a
pleasant
potato
being on the
service.
receiving end.
Oh yeah,
That's
no,
it.
it's great for the
Receiving.
person shooting it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Why
going
can't I
into
have one,
Artificer.
Shannon?
I'm dual classing with Artificer. We're polymorphing Pendragon into a potato. We're gonna shoot Straw in the fucking face with a potato.
Oh, Daisy's a cleric. We
Stop.
could make him a radiant, but
Oh yeah.
He's a
Vampire
radiant
potato.
potato.
Well, luckily he's not a vampire anymore, so we don't have to deal with a vampiric potato. Because, like, oh my.
potato.
Do they
We
drink
do have
blood
to
or
deal
do
with
they
a
drink
vampiric
like
moose.
mashed potato?
They take all the starch from you and put it into themselves.
So, anyway. Fuckers.
Shannon's thing is frozen.
Oh. Probably from my headset.
Okay, and we should be good.
Um, So, Alex, before we get to your question, just finish up with green. Hopefully everybody else heard, but yeah. So it's instinct. So rangers and druids fit into that. They're about beefing up, like really big beefy creatures. So a staple spell for them in Magic is +3/+3, as in at instant speed. So +3/+3 and trample. So the damage will still get over. Just to make small creatures big or big creatures bigger. So they really use symbiotic type thing and nature to really deal in some heavy damage. So Alex, you had a question.
Yep. I know you had said that you can like be from guilds and stuff. What if one wasn't born into a guild? Could you still choose your mana colors but be a part of a guild? Or
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
have to take
that's.
the guild's colors?
Or do you have to take what colors? I'm sorry.
Or do you
I
have
think
to
we
take
should.
the guild's colors?
You would have to be part, like, you have to be the same colors as the guild or the college.
If you're in a guild.
Yeah.
I think guilds and colleges are the only ways to get dual colors, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
The-
the guilds have the same dual colors as the colleges? Just
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, I'll give you guys a list of the guilds also for the dual colors. For the rest of the combinations. So the actual guild itself isn't going to be super important through the campaign. It's mostly the color combinations that's important. So yeah, it's really just for reference for me. What college or guild you guys want to go for? So Alex, that being said, the class specifically for you is designed for Selesnya. So that is green white.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask about the Selesnya.
Mhm. Yeah, for you it's green white. Doc, for you, Simic is blue green.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I think those are the only ones. Murray already says he's
I
gonna
don't.
be part of.
I don't have
Is that
a certain color for the class I chose.
No, that's not. I didn't make that as a guild class. That's just a class that I want to use for my homebrew world. So I was building lore behind it.
Okay.
So like that's why I kind of like the flavor text in it is like how it was decided and things like that. Like your first tier is everything like that. So it's open for you, so you can choose whatever colors you want to align with. That won't affect your element or anything like that. It's for other mechanics and things like that. Cool.
I already have my colors.
Yes, you do.
I'll
And
share
so,
that.
me too.
Can I share that?
sure, yeah.
Black. I'm black red.
oh yeah.
Oh, that sounds like it's gonna be
What
great.
guild is that?
Sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't get.
Well,
I didn't get the full red.
you didn't get the
I
full red.
didn't. Yeah.
Okay. Freedom, emotion, action, impulse, and destruction, and
Okay, so I'm
chaos.
red.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that could definitely be one of them. So just for reference, Kabesi was red black. Rakdos cult is red black.
Is that one of the guilds?
Yeah.
Is that one of the
Yes,
guilds?
Rakdos. Well, technically now it's called the Kabesi cult.
It's still called the Rakdos cult. We're not rebranding it.
Okay, fine.
So we're basically we have a lot of like blood carnivals. We're entertainers, and a lot of the time we'll entertain through torture, through means of torture and everything. But it's all consensual. Everybody signs a waiver.
Oh,
As
He's
Doc would
actually
say,
entering into the
Rakdos
carnival.
Cult 2.0 electric boogaloo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
We
You're
had what was it,
learning.
6 sessions in a row? 6 sessions in a row of partying in the Rakdos territory, and just it was a pub crawl. We had a
Blood carnival.
Miguel's character Skull. He blacked out and had a night to remember. If everybody remembers that
Oh,
Skyrim
yeah.
quest, yeah, like a hangover quest
Yeah, I was
kind of thing.
really, I was so upset about that.
Yeah,
I did all this
and then
partying
we
and
had
everything, literally right after.
right
wait.
after you
Oh,
died.
wait.
Yeah. Well, we had to celebrate your life.
Yeah.
And then we had a blood
Well, no, the
carnival
problem
after
was
that,
that
and
the problem is that Doc likes to party and Charlie couldn't get drunk. My And I was really upset because I'm like, damn it!
well,
I kept trying so many times.
yeah,
I kept not rolling
we
natural
had a
ones.
blood carnival too. And in the blood carnival, like Kobesi and Skull put on this awesome performance. Our roles were on spot that night. I don't know how many like nat 20s we got for that, but that was amazing. And then we had a lot of like carnival games, like Charlie Duck's PC actually made a really fun little carnival game and everything. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a game of it's like where you shoot water into the clown's mouth that you'll see at different carnivals and fairs and stuff, except it was blood shooting in. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. We just kept like messing with each other, trying to mess up each other's games, like putting darkness on the target, and then everybody pulls down their darkness masks and slapping each other with mage hand, all kinds of. That was so much fun. That was so much fun.
I remember Kobesi gave Gabo inspiration, which he had to use, and Gabo won a rock and was extremely happy with it.
Yeah, I remember that
He's
because
so
I
much
remember Charlie, you wanting the gift, and Charlie literally looked around and just picked a rock off of the floor. I'm like, this is what you get.
Yes, it was an amazing moment.
I know this
As
is
we know
very
that
confusing for you,
all of the
Charlie.
pies-
I'm like, every time Charlie is said, I'm just like, what? What's going on?
Yeah,
This was his other
is
character,
before I
or his
knew
character
you.
from the last one.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm used to it. I'm a dog groomer, so like every day there's like 6 dogs in the salon named Charlie.
I met a
Of
kid
course there is, of course.
whose nickname was Star, and we were hanging out with him on the beach in Oregon after the Rainbow Gathering there that we had gone
Uh-huh.
to. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're out there, and Star's running around playing with all the other dogs, and every once in a while, I'm like, "Star, get over here!" And the kid would jump and be like, "Yo, I'm right here."
That's funny. I'm right here, man.
That was great. He was like, "Would you stop yelling my name?"
Yeah. When people are talking to their dogs, I'll answer.
Um, at this point, I think that's pretty much all of the mechanics. If I remember correctly. Is there any questions anybody has on what certain things might mean? Anything about the planes that you want to know more about? Yada yada.
The
Things like
colors
that.
of the
I have a
guilds.
question.
Yes,
Oh.
the colors of the
It might be
guilds.
Okay, so colors of the guilds will do that. And Doc, what was your question also?
I wanted to know what exactly the mechanic the colors are playing, or are you planning on revealing that on session 1? I don't know how you're going to do that.
Fair. So I can give you some of those mechanics. Let me give the guild colors first. Let me pull up my little cheat sheet. Because even I forget, even though I've been playing this for fucking years. Okay. So for the guilds, there is the Azorius Senate. Azorius. They are blue and white. The Izzet League, or Tyzet League, which
It's
is
Taishar.
exactly is Izzet. They are red and blue, which Murray's character will be part of Izzet. The Boros Legion, Boros.
You broke up a little bit for me. Oh,
Your
okay.
face broke up for a little bit. Boros Legion is red and white. the Orzhov Syndicate, which was Doc and Charlie's last one. ORZHOV. They're black and white. House Dimir is DIMIR. They're black and blue.
How do you spell house?
Uh,
I was thinking the same for Senate way
I
back
was
there.
gonna do something really sassy, but I just blanked out. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it in time.
Can I get the Orzhov again, please?
Orzhov is the spelling or the colors?
The colors.
Black and white.
Thank you.
Rakdos Cult.
Nothing to fuck with.
Let's go!
RAKDOS is black and red.
I'm really sorry. What was Demir's other color? It was black and something else. I got distracted. Okay, thank you.
Which actually, Charlie, based on the character, like the class, I think that would fit into Demir, just as a recommendation.
Oh yeah. I was gonna. Wait, you think it would be Demir?
I think so. We can discuss though in a minute.
Okay, yeah, I
for
can
sure.
see that. Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that. Yep.
And I'll give you a synopsis of exactly why.
I was thinking about Rakdos, but like I could see that.
Fair.
Join me.
I could see Rakdos also, but yeah, we'll go through it. Golgari Swarm, GOLGARI, black and green, the loves of my life.
Hey.
They were there first. I mean, I love you.
Understandable.
He said what he said, all right?
Don't get mad when I say the same thing about my dog.
You do. All the time.
I do.
So,
It's true.
It is.
I don't know what you want from me. So, Selesnya, Conclave, SELESNYA, is green white.
You said concave, right?
Conclave.
Clave. Like the ranger conclaves.
Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. That's green white.
Gruul, GRUUL. The Gruul clans are green and red. Gabo.
You fucking welcome! Alright, thank you.
And the Simic Combine, SIMIC Combine, is blue-green.
I can see that, yeah.
Like a quote for I just love it. It's so much. Like this is literally their role as a guild. Let's combine a lobster and a minotaur. See what happens. Like, I fucking love it.
There's
So
actually
they're basically
a,
fuck
I'm
around
in.
and find out.
there's
I'm
an
all
official
about. Oh, go ahead.
there's an official race for the Simic Combine, correct?
Yep. Simic hybrid. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've
Which
seen it.
yeah, I
it's in
kind
the
of based
books.
I based the Biomancer class a little bit around it, not crazy. I do have to put the
Understandable.
that's where like the adaptations came from and things like that. But like I kind of took that instead of using their adaptations, put the Krasis. It's a fun little mix. I think I put this, if I remember, I put the table in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure you got that. All right. I know I have a few things to go through with that. So those are all the guilds and everything like that. Doc, to answer your question, so one of the roles that the mana colors are going to be playing, certain things, one mechanic is protection from choose a color. So, like, say, protection from black.
Kind of
So
like protection from good and evil.
kind of. So one thing, like, so say you have protection from black, or a creature has protection from black, right? So for exactly perfect example, Doc, you have protection from black. Charlie, you are black. Like that's your color alignment, right?
Yeah, that's one of them.
You cannot deal damage to him at all. He's
Oh.
completely protected from that. Yeah.
What
You
if
can't-
I use my other color's damage?
No, anything black aligned doesn't
Mm,
affect him.
okay.
So if something has protection from a specific color, if something is aligned with the color it has protection from, it doesn't work. That
Could
being said, there will be other similar things. Go ahead.
Do non-damage spells work?
No.
Okay,
Nothing.
so you can't do anything.
Nope.
Okay.
They have complete protection from that color alignment.
Okay.
Immunity.
And-
Interesting. Immunity per
Yeah.
se.
exactly.
All right,
Exactly.
well, Doc, I
Oh,
guess I can't
I
kill
have
you.
a
You're lucky.
I have a question with that.
Yes.
Say I'm green white and someone was immune to green or white and they were in the party and I tried to heal them, would they still be able to be healed by me?
Nope.
Oh shit. Okay.
Interesting.
So it completely negates whatever the alignment is if you're protected by that color, from that
Yep.
color.
So you
So,
can't even
So
poke them.
heals,
Curiosity.
heals or damage.
You can't. So you can't even poke them.
No.
Oh, wow.
Like
So
you can't.
out of-
You physically cannot touch them or do anything. Like there's like all right. So this is the creature, right? And there's this thin little force field, and you try to get close to it, and it's like, nah, fam, nah.
Oh, jeez.
So out of curiosity,
Ooh.
you know
Yes.
how I've had Twiggy deliver cure wounds for me? If I
Yes.
was to use a familiar to deliver a spell, would the spell be able to go through then? Because technically I'm not doing it. My familiar would be doing it.
No, because your familiar is still aligned with your colors.
They're part of you.
Yeah, it's a part of you.
Okay.
Unless it
Valid
specifically
point.
says, did you go through your class yet at all? Did you get to look through it?
I literally just had pulled it up and then okayed it and everything. I'm still working on it.
Okay. So, certain things you have, like one of the things, plants. That's your first level. The plants are green aligned. So if you were to cast,
Mhm.
even if you cast a white spell through it, which you actually can't, but just for example, it is still even though those are green. No, actually, I'm sorry. It's not a white spell. So casting a spell through that on a creature that has protection from white, it becomes green aligned. As long as it's not aligned with that specific color. So a green plant can still heal something that has protection from other colors. So like if again, protection from white, if it's green, it can still heal. Or even if you're
Wait, so
if
the
it's black.
spells have colors as well?
No, the spells won't have colors. It's only you that has the colors. But
Okay.
since you're aligned with that color, it's essentially that kind of source of magic. Does that make sense? Like, since you're aligned with green, or you specifically black and blue, any spell or damage that you do has black and blue attached to it, no matter what.
Okay.
So if something has protection from blue,
So do magic
do it, or black.
items
Good to know.
So would magic items also have mana colors? And say that you were using one of the magic items, would that magic's item's mana color change to yours? Or would it
No.
continue to have it if it had its own?
Very good question, actually. Some items do have colors. Others do not. They are specifically designed for that. A lot of creatures or artifacts, things like that, they will have colors. Items if it has a color, it is only that color. It's even if you're using it and you're different aligned, the thing from that is that color.
So if I get like a red
Okay,
sword,
so,
I'd be able to like stab Doc.
Yes, if he
Respect.
didn't have protection from red. Or yeah, so
Well,
if like
because he has protection from black.
right, exactly. So if you had a red sword, it's doing red damage. That's fine.
Okay, that
That's
makes
how I'm
sense.
gonna run.
Okay.
Yeah.
can you
In Magic, it doesn't matter, but I wanted to kind of be able to make it interesting and like a little more unique with that. So like even if you have protection, if you have an
This is
item
cool.
that has a different color, it's like okay, I can still use this. or
You're
whatever.
not
Well,
defenseless. Yeah.
exactly.
It's like rock, paper, scissors almost, but with more.
Kind of,
can
yeah.
you
In a sense, in a lame sense.
No, that's a decent way to put it. I mean, granted, not everything is going to have protection from it. Specific abilities will do that, or things like that. Where actually, I believe the Voda class can give protection at some point, if I remember correctly. I know I made some of these classes, all of these classes, but I don't remember them perfectly yet. I'm getting there. Yeah.
Another question about
oh.
color.
One sec. Alex did have a question first.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
thank you. So say I'm green white, would I be able to use a weapon that had like a red mana? Would I still be able to use that, or would I only be able to use things that was green and white?
No, yeah, that's what I was saying. So like you can still use the item, and that item. So if you're using a red item, it's gonna do things in a red source. So it's not going to align to you. It's just gonna deal that source. Okay.
Would you lose proficiency with it? Like, would you not have proficiency? No.
Nope.
Cool.
That's not gonna affect proficiencies and things like that.
Okay.
So
Yes, Charlie.
oh man, what was my question? Oh, can people have more than one protection? Like,
Yes.
okay, do you have, and everyone has a protection to start?
No. This is just how the actual like one of the ways that your mana alignment is going to affect gameplay.
Okay.
Sometimes things will have protection from a specific color. Other times you'll be able to have protection from it or grant protection, things like that.
Okay.
There will also be items or certain things going on where specific aligned can do double damage to a specific color, things like that. So, I mean, granted, it's not going to be always, obviously, because there's no domination of power between them. Like, there's no opposites in these elements or in these colors. I mean, like there is, but there isn't. As far as general full mechanics, only specific things will affect those. It does have other. There will be other things coming into play with it as well, but I won't. I can't really introduce that yet.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah, that's all I can give you guys for now on that. Unfortunately.
Okay. I mean, that's a lot of information.
I'm really stoked about
Man,
this.
this is like honestly like this is like really fucking cool.
I'm already racking my brain. Like I'm like, what's like gonna fit, and can't wait to hit you up. Be ready to be blown up after this by everybody.
I'm red for sure.
He's
I'm
been
red for sure.
he's been working on this since before we started the last Ravnica campaign, which was about a year ago.
Oh, I can't wait. This is such a cool concept. I'm really excited for it.
He was doing a little bit with showing us like little sprinkles of what's to come, like the Phyrexians, for example. Just little hints of what's to come.
Honestly,
lot
I
of,
think Flicker would be aligned with the Gruul clan, green and
Yeah?
red.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel that way about Izette. I think I would be more of a red blue.
Oh, like
Interesting.
Kaishar. So that fighter class that he made, the fighter subclass, is actually for Isaac, correct?
Yes, I'll have to finish that out.
Ooh, what are the
Yeah.
odds that I'd pick that?
Yeah, because okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, because all
I had
right.
another, yeah, I had another idea completely, but honestly, if you're vibing with that, I'm totally for it. I'm totally for
Yeah,
it.
I'll get with.
We'll,
I'll get
we'll
with you,
cross it. I
TJ, then.
want your idea too,
Yeah.
though.
All right, good. Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm for it. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
because
get
I
there.
want
We'll
to
get
see
there.
what you think Flicker would be in.
What I think for Flicker, I mean, Gruul does make sense for him. But yeah, I mean, I'll get with you, Charlie, and Shannon about what colors what I think personally,
Yeah.
and why. And obviously, we'll go back and forth. Everything like that. I'm not like it's not my rule.
Telling,
Like,
telling us
I
what
didn't
to
Rule
do.
is
No,
fine.
it's
Exactly.
just a
It's
little
like whatever you.
backfeed. Some
Yeah.
backfeed.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like yeah.
Gruul is where Gabo came from.
Well, I know Flicker is red right off the back. Definitely.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I could see a couple things for Flicker. Based on like, yeah, we'll get it. We'll talk. Yeah, dude, I'm so excited for all of it. Yes, Alex and Charlie, are you raising your hand or are you just looking at pen?
Oh no, I'm
He's
just
just
looking at
being
my
weird.
pen. I'm just weird.
Oh, sorry, Alex.
I know it had been said a long while ago that there was a possibility of us starting with pets. Is that still a thing? And if so, what's allowed and what's not allowed?
Yep, that should be the next thing I was gonna get to. So everybody is gonna have a companion. I'm gonna send a list. Some of them will be new creatures, which obviously you can take if you want. And this list is just recommendations or at least just like a general idea. If you have something specific that you want or would like to see, even if it's a higher CR than what is on the list, I'll work with it. I'll reduce the CR to make it fit for the begin.
I would like a glory bringer. I would like a glory bringer.
Go find Kobesi. I'm sure her glory bringers have had babies by now.
Y'all.
Saying dibs. I called dibs on having a crab. Called it.
It's fine.
And I have an Allosaurus.
Thought you were gonna say Kraken, and
Yes.
I was surprised when it ended with Ab.
Well, I'm gonna.
So obviously, crabs are superior to krakens. Come on.
That's why it's called the Krabakin. Duh.
Kraken.
Yeah. There's a reason why crabs are the final
Lots of
stage of all
pictures.
evolution, right?
That's true. They
I
really
need
are.
to break walls.
no,
I just want a mouse.
I demand blue from Jurassic Park.
Wait. So are you
What?
saying that everything
Blue.
eventually evolves to be delicious?
Yes.
Hello, how do you think coronavirus started? People ate bats. Yeah, everything evolves to be delicious, and then
I mean,
problems
we are
happen.
humans are called long pig in some cultures. So
Yeah, you're right. In some South American Amazon cultures, they kind of eat humans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happens.
So,
I mean,
There's
it do
that.
be like
Island
that.
of cannibals that is separated from the entire world.
That's why we have pointy and flat teeth.
Don't go
Mhm.
to Cannibal Island.
no
What happened to
promises.
Cannibal
So-
Island?
I mean, you
I
can
have
go,
to
but you're
say-
not gonna come back.
I feel
And it-
like what we need to do is we need to go
Or
to
he'll come
Cannibal
back
Island.
fatter.
No, we go to
Yeah.
Cannibal Island and we throw a rave.
Ooh, I don't know if
Yeah.
they would like
Wow.
that. They
That
still
sounds like
do
such a good
cheers and
idea.
bows and stuff. I feel like
Go do it.
I
Hey,
see Doc's
what-
thinking about it.
See, like
What could
I
possibly
have
go
a
wrong?
death
I
wish,
mean,
but not like that.
Yeah, like
If I'm
yeah.
invited, I'm just gonna rub myself down in pepper spray, and then so help me God, at least I tortured everyone on my way.
I
You're
feel like
seasoning yourself
and
for that.
And I'm
And
gonna die
yourself.
anyway. I'm gonna die anyway. Fuck it.
they like the spice.
There, yeah.
I'm just gonna like walk in with a bunch of vegetables in my pockets, and like, all right, just throw me in the boiler. Like, let's go, hot tub time.
Oh my god.
I'm ready for my spa day.
Oh yeah, put some
So
cucumbers on
anyway.
my eyes.
Oh my god. So your companions aren't gonna be battle companions. there will be more like mounts, little friends, things like that. And each one will have its own little specialty. Obviously, if something has wings, it'll be suited for aerial combat, or things like that. If something has better at climbing than others, because you'll probably face mountainsides.
So they can't die?
They can die.
Oh, damn. I
Yeah.
was hopeful.
They just won't. They won't die in combat. But weather conditions could kill them. If you guys don't take the proper precautions. If you guys happen to be on a sky ship or a regular ship, if you again, proper precautions, you can go overboard and drown. Yeah, go ahead.
So I know we didn't really do it in last campaign or current campaigns. Are we worrying about weight and ammunition and keeping up, like feeding said companion and stuff like that, feeding ourselves and everything?
Yes, it is going to be heavy survival. A lot of the time, especially when you're in the desert, in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of the air. So there will be quite a few times where you're going to need to make sure you're fed, drinking, hydrated, and your companions as well. So you will need to go hunting in the desert or things like that, find oasis, yada yada, whatever you can do. Your ships or vehicles might break down. So maintenance on those things and repairing is going to be super important. And these are, you might not have the skill.
The weight, right?
Weight, yes and no. Ammunition, yes. Weight, yes, to an extent. Obviously, gold doesn't count like a 2K. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just stupid. But after a certain amount of items, it'll start to weigh down more. So definitely keep track of it. Let me know what your encumbrance is at and things like that. After a session, if you feel that it's getting close, and we'll figure specifics out, because some items you have might not really weigh on you. Like I kind of want to judge that as we go. Are you raising your hand?
Yes. Can we give our pets and or mounts saddlebags to carry some of the weight for us?
You will be able to buy some or create some later. Yes.
Awesome.
Not at first, but yes. That's going to be a big thing. Yeah, for sure. Vehicles are going to be super important. Like wagons, things like that.
Cool.
Yeah. Yes, Charlie.
Could I have a giant rideable raven?
So it can go?
Yeah.
Okay. Word.
That was easy.
Gonna be going down the trail, going bird, 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 bird is the bird, bird.
Serious talk, I have the Velociraptor.
If he's sitting there
You
talking
can have a
to it.
Velociraptor. That's fine.
I can
You
have a
can have Blue.
Velociraptor.
I will say I'll make a slight.
I could totally
I
see
do
you
say
with
I'll
a
make a slight change of mind
Velociraptor.
since you did the whole mount thing.
Yeah.
Since
You
you
don't
did the
want a
whole
giant
mount thing,
crab?
I want to redact my statement to a giant crab instead of a regular crab.
It's too late. You already said it.
Nope, now you have a handheld crab size of your palm.
Yeah.
Imagine he's some big, imagine he's some big ass guy just
Plot
like
twist.
riding on this little tiny crab.
Literally,
plot
it's the
twist.
crab.
He's still a mountain. It's like that fucking like
So,
it's like that
my
6'3"
Velociraptor-
buff
the
guy
crab
like in
is
the
riding
little
on your
kid strike.
Yes.
My
That'd be great.
Velociraptor's name is Red, not blue.
I love it.
It's red.
I love it. Yeah.
You'll have another one named Black. Or no,
Eventually.
no,
that's my
green,
raven's
green.
name.
Green eventually, yeah.
Yeah. So there's companions are going to be super important. Super utility creatures. Mounted combat is definitely going to be a thing. Going to be super important.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of chase scenes, things like that. Like there's
Haven't done mounted combat
Flashbacks to
yet.
skittering horrors.
Y'all did well enough.
We just hit ourselves in a corner and waited for them to go away. By the way, it didn't work.
And then
Well?
you got a wish
I
card, and you used it to get one.
I didn't.
No,
I used
what
to
is
get
the
a
one?
flying horror.
Flying horror.
But the
Just
weaker
like-
version of it. Just because I told her she couldn't have one. Dude, it was the
Since
most
the beginning of the
spiteful
campaign.
wish.
Since session 1, he told me I could not have a flying horror. So I drew a wish card and wished for a flying horror. Never used it.
Not once. It
Still
was
think it's a
literally
waste,
just
but-
to spite me. No.
It's not a waste. It's guarding my castle. Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
It's
It's like
doing
a
great.
Judging by
gargoyle
the
up
things we
there.
fight, it's probably not doing a great job.
Yeah. Super good. Oh man, I sure hope it's not dead. She's glaring at me, guys. Oh god. Okay, so anyway, it's not.
The Tarrasque is guarding the flying
Wink,
horror.
wink.
Obviously. So yeah, companions. There was something else. No, was that it?
Had been it.
Yeah, I think that might have been it. Obviously, companions will be of your color alignment and things like that. Also, for all intents and purposes, for specific effects, yada yada. I feel like there was more, but I feel like I also covered everything. Anybody have any specific questions? Anything else? Or
Good,
Okay.
I mean.
Where's
I'm
Cricket's
looking
making
through
them?
my notes.
Yeah, right. Any viewers out there? If you have any questions or anything you'd like to see in the campaign, feel free to message us.
Or put it in the chat. You can put it in the Discord. We are currently in our Ask Us Live channel for our
Yeah, if you
Discord
want to
server.
know who plays who and stuff like that, since it's our first time all on camera.
The
Alex
link
has a
is in the link is in the chat for our Discord server. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, Alex.
Your mana colors change? Like if you were to change guild or just have a moment, it wouldn't change or nothing? Like someone
No.
who is super, super sweet and then all of a sudden just goes on a freaking murder spree because they mentally snap wouldn't change?
No, it's not like alignment.
Okay. Alrighty.
Because
Gotcha, thank you.
yeah, your color alignment is just the type of mana you produce, where you're more comfortable. Oh, that was another piece of it. So each mana alignment, mana source, you're going to have a area or a specific area or two that you're more rejuvenated in. That you'll be a little bit more potent. Things like that. So for blue alignments in the water, on islands, things like that. Green forests, red in the mountains or fire areas, black in swamps, and white in the plains. You can draw power from these areas, and we'll get into those mechanics as the sessions, through the campaign. But that's something to note also and be aware of. So, green aligned will have more power in a forest than any of the other colors, things like that. And there's a couple cool little things they can do. Yeah, each of you
Can
gets
you
like
go,
a. Go ahead.
what was black and red again?
Black is a swamp, and red is mountains.
Thank you.
So you'll
It
be able to
basically aligns with their magic things, right? Magic.
exactly. Yeah. So like when you are in that specific type of land type, you'll be able to draw power and mana from that and do some cool stuff.
Hey, Charlie, can you stop breathing into the mic?
Which you will find out episode 1 if he stops breathing into the mic or not.
Wait, I'm breathing into the mic.
We're getting a lot of the same wind noises that we were.
Oh shit, guys. Oh, sorry.
Episode 1 you'll find out some more on the mana colors specific for your characters.
What was the land for the whites?
Plains.
Plains, okay.
Notice how he didn't put desert in there. That's where we're all gonna die. That's where the TPK happens.
So desert, there are specific areas too. So when you're in a monk hut, I'll let you know what areas each person gets from. Because there are.
No, I was just making a joke, but okay.
Oh yeah, no. Deserts are. There's a blue desert. There's different kinds of things going on there.
Depends on the color of the sand.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Pretty much.
So Dominaria probably, at least the area that we had gone to, in that one shot, and then also where we found Karama, that was a swamp, so that would empower black, correct?
That is correct. They are
Like where
known
we
as.
found Crocodile.
Yep, they're known as the Urborg Swamps
Urborg swamps.
or Urborg Islands. Let me double check exactly the name, but yeah, Urborg. That was a stronghold of power for a long time. Like that was like a big struggle there. And once Yawgmoth took over, like that's when the oof. It was bad from there on.
I gotta practice my Kronk voice.
You do.
Yeah.
I
gotta
have
watch
very
that.
high expectations.
Me too. I
God.
really do.
Oh,
You better like Crunk.
Yup.
You can do that.
Oh,
That one
God.
and Crunk Subaru. He got his own new movie, guys.
So
Wait, there's a
Urborg
new movie. Kronk's new what?
is there really?
You've
Hold
never
up,
seen
every-
Crunk's
hold
New
on.
Groove?
You guys ever
No.
seen Crunk
Is that
Subaru?
actual?
You
Are you
seen
lying?
Crunk's New
Yeah,
Groove?
it's like
I lied?
No.
it's literally
I'm
a
not
second
lying.
No, I
movie, and
didn't.
it's all about Crunk. You've never seen
You've
This
this?
is
never
bullshit.
seen
You are.
it?
I am
you are
disappointed in all of
I know.
lying.
I know Kronk had a cartoon.
Yeah.
He had a cartoon series, but I don't remember him having a
No,
movie.
he got
It is the
no.
thing.
No, he got
Go.
Look.
It's on Disney Plus. Check it out.
All
All right, guys,
right,
we
I
gotta
guess.
go. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
I'm trying to show it. Show it on the
It's
screen.
amazing.
It's a
Oh, God,
thing.
we're watching that tonight. We are
Okay.
watching that
I
tonight.
gotta watch that. Yeah, I gotta. Okay, now I have to watch that. Like, there's no way
Yeah.
I can't watch that. I need to know.
Agreed. Yeah, right.
I need to know what
I
it
am
does.
Practice.
upset that
Study,
you guys
yeah.
didn't know that was a thing.
I'm
It's like
upset
a
too.
decade and a half old.
Well, that means it's
You
good.
guys haven't seen that. I have no words. I'm sorry.
Fair.
Judging you.
Speechless.
I'm
Um,
judging you guys so
I
hard.
gotta admit, I've known about it, but I haven't seen it. As well.
You knew about it. And you...
Uncultured, all of you.
That's worse
all
than
of you are
never
Oh,
knowing.
that
Yeah,
is
just
worse
work.
than
Yeah.
not
that really
knowing.
is worse.
All of
Yeah.
I just want you all to know, all of you who have not watched it, I
you-
love you. I do view you as a lesser person now.
Understand.
That's out there in the open. You want with it?
I accept it. Honestly,
I mean,
understandable. I accept
Miguel
it.
knew about it, and he kept it from Shannon.
That's fucked up.
She knew about it.
She
She's
knew
seen
about it too?
And didn't watch it?
No, she's seen it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but so
Walking a fine
you
line there,
two
mister.
are you. So Charlie and Milo, you guys are clearly heathens. Miguel,
So
that
is
makes you a
Daisy.
heretic, though. So is Daisy. I keep forgetting that she exists because she
She's
refuses
not on
to use the
camera, right?
camera. Like,
Yeah.
Like an introvert.
because clearly she hates us.
She does.
Clearly.
She does. I can tell.
I really genuinely don't like people.
Wow, I'm a person.
Wait,
I'm
we're
kind of
all
a-
people. You don't like us?
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Yeah, try
Oh my
living with
god,
it.
we
Alright?
found the common
Wow.
denominator.
Try living with it.
Yeah, no. Please don't. That's too many people.
Oh god. Yeah.
All right, we're all moving in with Daisy and Milo. Pack your bags, guys.
Now that
I mean,
haunted
that's
ass
been the
house.
plan.
Fuck you.
Why not?
I'm gonna summon a demon in every house I move into.
Did you hear that?
I will wait until you move out and I have my own personal brouhaha come and check it out and give me the green light, and then I will enter your home.
Wow. Wow. So our word isn't good enough for you now? Rude.
Clearly not after literally what Daisy just said.
I wasn't there for that. I'm not part of that. But anyway.
But actually, you are.
You were 2 feet away from that. I mean,
It's like foot in it.
that is your life
Great.
choice.
It's like 3 feet. A little bit more than that, so it's
It's okay. They're just Daisy's friends.
Look, I don't assume to know your guys' dimensions, all right?
Yeah.
she is small. So,
Very, very small.
So I've been told, but cannot see.
fair.
This
Very
is true.
Charlie, Alex, and Milo can confirm.
Yes,
I can't.
I am.
She
I am
has
also
like-
small.
Here on
No, you are not.
That's a shame
very
because
small.
I actually. It's a shame because I actually needed 4 confirmations to confirm it.
that is
Sorry.
a shame. It's only 3.
Hmm. Such a
Yeah, so I'm 5'8",
Cujo
right?
can confirm it.
She comes up to here.
That's
Cujo
number
can.
4. Cujo can confirm.
No, I'm like up to here.
Cujo. He's asleep. He can't confirm it.
Yeah, you are.
You act like I can't see you when you look back at the camera. I do have Discord up.
So anyway, I think Doc died. That being said, I do have a couple maps to send out. There's just so much I'm doing. Everybody's gonna get a Dominaria map. Because a few people have been to it, so they have picked up that map. Yeah, you gotta add the Lich, I believe. So yeah, you guys have that map. So I'll send it to the whole group. And then
Would I
yes,
have
May,
my
yes, you
map?
would.
Okay.
may I suggest putting it into the Discord server? That way, it doesn't get lost in the other group chat.
Sure.
Just do getting lost in the group.
Yeah, I'll put it in.
I'll make a channel for it
Okay.
for this campaign.
Yeah, any content or maps and things like that you guys might have, I'll send it to you. Yeah, Miguel, I'll send you yours privately. If you want to share that with the group, that's on you. When you get to the plane, whatever the case. But before that, that's before everything takes place, this is something that you would know for sure.
The channel is created.
So I'll put that in there probably tonight or tomorrow. That being said, Charlie, we have to go over your backstory,
Yes.
figure out what plane you're from, things like that,
Yes.
or if you're from Ravnica. Doc, we're already good. Shannon, we have to talk. Yeah, everything else, I think that's the baby. Yeah, I think we're good everywhere else.
Yeah.
Little gremlin we found in the woods.
Sometime before we start, I want to see just what you think Flicker would be for his
Yeah.
colors.
I'm actually gonna shoot a bunch of you guys a message tonight about that, just to
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Sweet.
yeah, as soon as we're done here.
I think I am gonna take the black and blue now because I'm looking at what black and blue is, and I'm like, you know what? What I was thinking for my character, I'm like, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, yeah.
That's actually perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think unless anybody has any more questions, I think that's where we'll cut it for tonight. I think I hit all the points and things that I needed to and wanted to. I would, like I said, I'll be
Think
making a
you
list
did
of
as well.
companions. Thank you. I'll be making a list of companions or custom ones, for a couple things. But if you have an idea, obviously you can just throw it at me. Obviously, we have a baby crab, velociraptor, giant raven.
Hey,
So I'll make a little.
wait.
I'll make a stat block. What? So I'll make the stat blocks for that.
It's not a baby. It's
Yeah, it is.
at least an adult crab.
It's gonna ride
big.
on your head.
So you are actually the mount.
You're the
Yeah,
mount.
so
Yeah.
like an adult crab.
So the actual character is the crab, and you are the mount.
It's a
It's
symbiotic.
like Charlie and Cujo.
Wait, you're onto something real quick.
Right?
But so does that mean if we do like mounted combat, is it just my crab is the one doing everything and I'm just walking around?
Yes.
Oh my god! Wait, but crabs can't be in combat. It's.
You say that.
The mounts can't be in combat.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. The mounts.
Crab.
The crab can do whatever the crab wants.
Crab people.
In the ye old switcheroo.
Okay.
Oh, maybe it's a mind control crab, and you're like controlling this random passerby that you found.
Yeah, so it's like a mind flayer crab.
Yes.
I just wish so badly
Crab flare.
that
Yes.
All I thought was
I didn't
Futurama.
already had a character I'm in love with.
That's fair. That's fair. Future campaign for sure.
This is
You'll have that one, and then I'll bring in that Minotaur
Yeah.
we were talking about.
Yes. Oh, that's a good combo. Oh god, no, it's not. I hate myself already.
we're gonna do it.
Man.
By the way, the crab player has dark vision.
There's a devil!
I don't think anyone wants to deal with it.
Wait.
No, do it. Please do it. Please do it. If you don't do it, I will do it. And if I do it,
Wait.
we'll TPK.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's okay.
All right.
I feel like if anybody does it, we're getting TPK'd. So
Fair.
If anybody
Listen,
juice it,
We've
did anyone
already
pick up on that?
decided. We've already decided we're going to fight a dragon on session 1. All right. So.
Excuse me, who decided?
I believe
Liquor
it was
store
Charlie.
decide
Oh
anything.
decided this earlier. We're going to the dragon realm.
I don't
We could we
I don't
not though?
No,
Could
I
I-
don't
could.
want to.
Or
But
as
it's
a
already
fact
been said, so it's
coming
kinda
from
like
the guy-
canon now.
Coming from the guy who
It's meta now himself. No.
coming
It was a
from
joke.
coming from the player whose very first character died by getting ripped in half by a black dragon.
Yes. Yeah.
Could we like
Ever
not
since then,
though?
he's been on a redemption thing for it. In all his characters.
Because I'm just looking at all of my stats,
Redemption.
which are like under 10. Going no.
I can do that too, Milo.
I
please.
bit a dragon,
Can
and
you
I
palm
also
it?
feel like I could have done
how
other
cute
things
it
that
is.
would have helped.
Oh wait, are we
Oh,
picking up our animals?
Where's my
Apparently.
fat man?
Doing fat things somewhere.
Goldie,
I
what are you
need my
doing?
fat man.
I have a lot of cats, but
Flump.
All my animals are
He's a
asleep.
shoulder.
I don't want to take care of them.
Yeah.
So is this little one.
She my baby. Okay, so
that's it. I'm
If-
gonna name all the 9 kittens after our characters.
yes, do it.
We honestly
I'm-
kind of regretted not naming her Ori.
Yes.
If
Look at
I
your
do
stupid
that,
face.
and then hurry, we'll
She
have
has such a stupid
contest.
face.
So if you win the contest, you get a kitten. Just come pick it up.
Oh, kitty,
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
kitty.
Alright,
That's not
so-
true. We're not doing that.
No, complete joke. That'd be a horrible idea. But I do want to name them after everybody's characters. I think that's fun.
I agree. So, yeah, I mean, if anybody doesn't have any more questions, I think we'll cut it there. I want to get a little food in my stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't done dinner yet,
Oh, that
have we?
sounds like a great idea.
I had like my leftover
Um,
Chinese, but like that.
I'm
Oh,
go
yeah,
get
we
a
have
little bit
leftover
of,
Chinese.
I'm
And
gonna,
SpaghettiOs.
Just a quick
I'm gonna eat some
announcement.
liquid bread.
Yes.
Today was supposed to be my one shot. I was not ready as I thought I was. So next week will definitely be my one shot, Shimshime's bedtime rhyme. So that'll be
Yes.
fun.
Candlekeep
There's gonna,
Mysteries.
yep, Candlekeep Mysteries. There's going to be about 7 of you, I believe. So that's going to be interesting.
Yep,
Yeah.
that'll be
Yeah,
next
so tune in for that.
Yep. So episode of 1 of this campaign will be in 2 weeks. Oh,
on Wednesday.
yes. You do. I did mean to give you guys home. Yes, there we go. That's the final announcement.
Well, we got homework.
You all have homework. At least everybody
Yay.
that was in the previous campaign. Um,
Oh God.
so,
Scurry the notebook. The previous campaign scurries the notebook back down.
um, what have your previous characters been doing for the past 50 years? Obviously, they're the guild leaders,
Oh, that's easy.
but well, yes, I know yours. But I want to hear and we'll go through it in episode 1. I'm gonna have everybody give their little 50-year story. Keep it short, nothing super crazy, like a paragraph or two. Things like that, just to kind of give some, a little tie into it and have the nice arc. You know, whatever the case. Even if they're not a guild leader, if it's just whatever they've been doing for the past 50 years. I want to hear that, and I want to kind of bring that to life. And based off of that, also, 1 second, Alex. Cool. Based off of that, also, we will eventually be doing so you guys can use the characters again and jump in and yada yada. We'll do like little side missions and things like that for the 50-year arc. Yeah, so like you'll be able to pull them up. Some will be based off of what you have, what like the little adventure of some of the things that you guys have done. I do want to tie that in, maybe make a little mini campaign of the 50-year arc, whatever the
That'd be
case.
cool.
Yeah, like little one shots here and there, something, kind of. Because I love these characters, and I'm sure you guys do too. I don't want them to die off
Yeah.
completely. Every once in a while, bring them back. Shannon and Charlie. Your homework. Obviously the main backstory. But besides that, when you figure out what guild or, well, yeah, I know you're not going to be from college, Shannon. But because different plane. But yeah, when you figure out your color alignment, everything like that, I want to hear a small story of how you got here. How you got to this plane, and what you've been doing since you got there. How long in this 50-year arc? How long ago did you get here? What have you been doing since then? How did you wind up here? So add that into your backstory. But the backstory is going to be, obviously a little separate. But this is going to be a little more specific of a thing. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Good to go.
Awesome. Alex.
My question is what if the age of who you played before and the timeline, they would end up being like 150 years or 100 years old when the race only lives to be like 50? How would that work?
Oh, okay. Remember who Gabo's friends are.
This is
Hi,
true.
I'm Kobesi, and I could probably
Very
revive
fair.
you.
Yeah.
This is
Like,
this is very true. Okay.
Gabo
I
doesn't
wasn't
die.
sure. I figured
I'm
out
just gonna feed him a bunch of different kinds of blood and see if one of that works. I'll be working together with Tyshar and Charlie to come up with a good everlasting potion, maybe.
so.
so Gabo
There you
will
go.
forever
Yeah.
be a freaking cockroach in the plane of Ravnica. That's what I
Oh my god.
Dude, Gabo, Kobesi, and
Yeah.
Tyshar were seriously cockroaches
You-
The only ones that didn't die.
that couldn't
I
die.
died
and
101 times.
A
I
lot of
died 101 times.
Gabo and Tyshar actually died a couple times.
Shit. Yo, asshole. Cat. There we go.
The cat just tried to take the lamp and yeet it.
And now she's grumpy.
I wanted to eat that.
So, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So you guys, Gabbo's friends, we keep them around for sure. This fucking cat. Yeah. So that's your homework. You have 2 weeks to work on that. Obviously. Run it. Send it. You don't have to. You can send it to me or run it by me if you have ideas or specific questions or whatever the case. We'll work on it. But otherwise, if you want, you can even just keep it a surprise until episode 1. Because I'm totally down for that too. So however you guys want to run it. But yeah, you have 2 weeks for that. Next week we're gonna be doing Miguel's one shot. Super fucking excited for that. And hello, other cat. Fat cat. This is the fat cat.
This is my man. He's the most handsome man ever.
And he's
not
a cat,
happy.
though.
No, he's not happy there.
He's like, "No,
He
this
is my
isn't
man.
So there's that. So next week tomorrow, tomorrow's Thursday. We'll be streaming Dark Alliance, at 9 Eastern Central. Or God, I say that every time. 9 Eastern Standard Time. The fuck. Okay, cats, go kill each other. Yeah. So that being said, thank you guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, players. Oh, nope, got it. Covered everything. Awesome. So yeah, thank you guys. We love you all, and remember, stay natural, you nerds.
Stay natural,
Stay
you nerd.
natural, you nerds.
Natural, you nerds.
Natural, you know.
Trillion nerds.